There is a quiet moment many people notice sometime after the working year's end. It often comes early in the morning, before the day has fully started. You might be sitting with a cup of tea, or looking out a window, or simply lying awake. Nothing is wrong, and yet something doesn't feel fully settled. It's not panic, it's not regret. It's a gentle, nagging sense that the ground beneath life feels a little different now. You may have done what you were told to do. You worked. You saved, you planned, you were responsible. And still, there are moments when the future feels foggier than you expected, not dangerous, just uncertain. Harder to picture, harder to explain. Sometimes it shows up as a thought you push away. A thought like, why don't I feel as calm as I thought I would? Or, is this really how it's supposed to feel? Or even, I should be grateful, so why do I feel this way? These thoughts usually arrive quietly. They don't announce themselves. They slip in while you're folding laundry, while you're driving, while you're watching other people hurry through lives that no longer look like yours. You don't talk about it much. You don't want to sound unappreciative. You don't want to worry anyone. And part of you wonders if maybe it's just you. But it isn't just you. Retirement changes more than schedules and paychecks. It changes the way time feels. It changes how decisions land in the body. When you were working, many things were decided for you. When to wake up, where to be. What mattered most that day? There was structure, even when it was tiring. There was momentum, even when it felt overwhelming. Now the days are more open. And openness can be both a gift and a question. Too much quiet can sometimes make space for thoughts that never had time to form before. Thoughts about how long things might last. About how flexible life still is. About what really matters now. You might notice yourself being more cautious than you used to be. Thinking twice before making choices that once felt simple. Not because you are fearful, but because you are more aware. More aware that this chapter feels different. More aware that there isn't an obvious next promotion or milestone or finish line. There can also be a strange feeling of responsibility that lingers. Even with savings, even with planning, even with preparation. A sense that you must be careful, steady, measured, that mistakes feel heavier now, that there's less room to recover if something goes wrong. And yet no one really talks about how emotionally new this stage can feel. Society often treats retirement as a reward, a long exhale, a permanent vacation. And when your inner experience doesn't match that picture, it can feel confusing, even isolating. You might find yourself asking questions without clear answers. Am I doing enough? Am I doing too little? Should I feel more relaxed by now? What if something changes? What if I change? These questions don't mean anything is wrong with you. They mean you are paying attention. There is also the subtle shift in identity that few people prepare for. For decades, when someone asked what you did, you had an answer, a role, a place in the world that made sense quickly. Now the answer is quieter. And while quieter can be peaceful, it can also feel invisible at times. You may notice moments of confidence followed by moments of doubt. Days when everything feels fine. And then a sudden wave of uncertainty for no clear reason. This isn't instability, it's transition. And transitions don't always move in straight lines. At some point, many retirees realize that the uncertainty they feel isn't really about money at all. It's about something deeper. It's about safety, about continuity, about knowing who you are when the familiar markers fall away. Savings can cover expenses, but they can't answer emotional questions. They can't tell you how to measure a good day now. They can't define purpose. They can't quiet every what if that rises in the mind at night. And that realization can feel unsettling at first. But there's also something quietly reassuring hidden inside it. Because if the uncertainty isn't only financial, then it also isn't a failure of planning. It's a natural response to entering a life stage that asks different questions than before. Earlier in life, the questions were often about building, accumulating, proving, providing. Now the questions lean more toward meaning, balance, pace, presence. These questions don't have quick answers, and they aren't meant to. The middle of retirement is not a finish line, it's unfamiliar territory. And unfamiliar territory almost always feels uncertain, even when it is safe. You might notice that your tolerance for stress has changed. Things that once felt manageable now feel heavier. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Your nervous system is recalibrating. It's living a slower rhythm. It's becoming more honest about what it can carry. There is also grief, mixed into this stage, even when life is good. Grief for the version of yourself who was always needed somewhere. Grief for the pace that once distracted you. Grief for the certainty of knowing what tomorrow required. Grief doesn't always come with sadness. Sometimes it comes with restlessness, or quiet worry, or a feeling of being slightly unanchored. When these feelings arise, many people try to reason them away. They tell themselves they should feel lucky. They compare themselves to others who have less. They minimize their own experience. But emotions don't disappear just because we explain them away. They wait, patiently, kindly, until they are acknowledged. What often helps is not more control, but more understanding. Understanding that uncertainty is not a sign that something is about to go wrong. It's a sign that something has changed, and your inner world is adjusting to it. Understanding that confidence in this stage doesn't come from certainty. It comes from flexibility, from knowing you can adapt, from trusting that you have already navigated many changes before this one. When you look back honestly, you faced moments that felt uncertain at the time. Times when the future was unclear. And yet you found your way forward, not perfectly, not without worry, but with resilience you may not have recognized in yourself. Then retirement asks for a different kind of trust. Not the trust that everything will stay the same, but the trust that you can meet change with steadiness. It also asks for a gentler relationship with time. There is no rush to figure everything out, no requirement to feel settled all at once. Peace in this stage often comes in small moments. A morning that feels unhurried, a conversation that lingers, a sense of enough. Some days will still feel uncertain. That doesn't mean you're going backward. It means you're human. Over time, many people notice that the uncertainty softens when they stop fighting it, when they allow it to exist without trying to fix it, when they treat it not as a threat, but as a message asking for care. Care might look like simplifying expectations, or giving yourself permission to change your mind, or letting go of the idea that you should feel a certain way by now. Care might also look like acknowledging that security is not a permanent state. It's a feeling that comes and goes, shaped by many things beyond money. And slowly, often without fanfare, a different kind of confidence begins to grow. A quieter confidence. One that doesn't depend on certainty. One that knows how to pause, how to breathe, how to respond rather than react. This confidence doesn't eliminate questions. It sits beside them calmly. If retirement feels uncertain even with savings, it doesn't mean you miscalculated. It means you have entered a chapter that values inner steadiness more than external proof. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are learning how to live in a slower, more open landscape, and that takes time. Tonight or tomorrow morning, when a quiet thought arises again, try not to push it away. Notice it gently, let it sit. You don't have to answer it right now. You've already carried a long life with responsibility and care. This chapter is not asking you to be perfect, it's asking you to be present. And presence, over time, has a way of turning uncertainty into something softer, something manageable, something human. You are allowed to take this stage one day at a time. You are allowed to feel unsure and still be safe. You are allowed to trust that clarity often arrives slowly, in its own quiet way. And you are not alone in this feeling, even when it feels private. There's dignity in adapting. There's strength in reflection. And there's peace in knowing that not everything needs to be certain for life to be meaningful.